Hey everyone, it's been a little while since we've been back at the car. You know, life and other things get in the way, but stick around. We've got a little bit of a tidbit show here, just a lot of little different projects that I want to get done on the car. So welcome, and I'll be right back. Okay, so we're on one thing here. Hey, it's backwards. So we are now nice and legal. This is probably upside down because I have the camera facing around, but it says PA Antique Historic Vehicle. Antique, yeah. Historic, but anyways. So finally legal. Got the registration and the correct plate for the car. So we're going to be popping that on in a little bit. Let's see, what do we got going on here today? Got some bulbs for the license plate. Light here. So we'll replace those today. I went out and I'm kind of worried about the engine temperature, so I went out and bought a aftermarket water temperature gauge that I'm going to mount. The gauge in the car is not working, and I just want to make sure that I'm not overheating the car. It hasn't overheated yet, brand new radiator and all, but I don't want to take any chances with that. So a good $40 or so spent just for some engine protection. What else do we got going on here? I was able to, through an online forum, get a couple of window cranks for the back window, which were missing. These are original equipment ones and in pretty good shape. So I'm anxious about getting both of those installed on the back windows so I can roll down the back windows. What else do we got going on here? Bought an assortment of springs. I'm never really happy with the throttle return spring, so I'm going to hopefully one of these will fit a little bit better than the one that I have mocked up on there now. In addition to that, I've picked up a couple of hangers for the exhaust system. I'm still not really happy with the way it sort of hangs in certain spots. Little low in the one section. So hopefully with these we'll just bring that up a little tighter until I can get enough money going to put a brand new exhaust system on the car. Napa Gold oil filter. We're going to be putting new oil in there. Right now the car is running with 4 quarts of regular oil and 1 quart of transmission fluid, trying to loosen up some of the deposits that were in the car. So I think it's time to put full oil in the car. What else? A couple other things going on. Probably try to mess around with the paint a little bit. I bought some compound, rubbing compound, a very light compound. See if I can get a little bit more depth out of this paint until I have money to get it painted. Let's see. Oh yeah, let's go in the car. Come with me. Enter the abode that is the car. Hopefully you can see in here. It's a little dark. I'm going to actually turn the camera around. Okay, here we are. Not much has changed in here. I don't know how much you've seen of this, but I did put the seats and the console back in, and didn't do really anything with the floor pans right now. Get some of this crap down here. Might be a New York City taxi cab driver rolling ball seat cushion. Never realized why those were so popular with the cab drivers. Anyway, I think I got a terrible glare here, but seats again are in temporarily. But what I did wind up picking up and we'll be getting soon is a new package tray. It's a part back here. I guess it's also called a shelf, rear shelf. So we're going to be putting that on. I talked about this. We're going to be putting on the door cranks, which were missing off the car. I do have the armrest. I have to pop that back on. Probably do a little bit of cleaning too. Whoop, sorry, getting everybody busy, because I was able to scrub this seat out pretty well, but I didn't really do anything with the with these panels, so I'll probably try to play around with that a little bit more. Clean off this dash a little more. What do you think of this? Nice antenna, huh? Bent wire screwed into the, you know, want something to listen to while I'm driving around. That's about it. This door is a little funky. Gotta pull up on it a little bit, but it does eventually want to close. All right, what else do we got going on? Oh, we got another. This doesn't really give me great confidence, but I did pick up, not pick up, but David Rock Auto replaced fuel sending unit. So a job I'm not really looking forward to. I've got to try to get a new fuel sending unit into this gas tank. Unfortunately, or fortunately, I don't know how you want to say it. The fuel tank right now, the gas tank is pretty full. So my guess is that the best way to handle this is to just run the tank down as much as I can. Then I'm just going to drop the tank, I think, and put this new fuel sending unit. But the problem is on the one I have is this stud right here, which I guess is the electrical connection to the gauge, or for the to tell you how much gas is in the tank. This just spins on the other one, and this one at least seems to be, and I don't want to mess around with these things too much because it might be a weak point, but this one seems a lot sturdier. So we'll be putting a new one of those in. Like I said, it's the same version. I still have the box from the other one sitting right there, and then that'll be sent back to Rock Auto for a refund. What else? Oh, it's 4th of July day today, and here we'll be putting out the flag. A couple nuances of the car. Want to get into the trunk? No problem. There you go. In the trunk. Have you guys seen the trunk? I can't remember. But anyway, here's the trunk. I got some extra parts here. Sill plates. Extra grill that came with the car. I guess these are the sill plates. I don't know what these are. Rocker plates. I don't know. They all have different names. It's one of the kick pads, kick panels. But anyway, I'm in here trying to replace the bulb for the taillight. Get some leaves in here. Not taillight, for the license plate bulb. And I have no idea how this comes. The bulb comes out on this. I don't know. Are you supposed to remove this? I guess you're supposed to remove these bolts and pull this down. And I can feel the and see. Can you see that? The bezel right here. Well, I guess that's what I'm doing. I'm going to take these two bolts out. Give them a little spray first. So let's see how we do. So what do you think of this wrench? Special offset tool. Actually, I think this is a snap-on. I could be wrong. I'm sure it would say snap-on it. Anyway, I've had this wrench since I was a teenager, and the reason it's bent like this is one time I had to put a breaker bar on it, and it wound up bending the handle. But you know what? It still works, and actually it's kind of comfortable to use. So I invented that. Sort of like Dizzy Gillespie with his trumpet. You know, you get it? That was Dizzy Gillespie, right? Or maybe it was somebody else. Anyway, it looks like that worked. Got this off. So it looks like there's a couple of Phillips head screws here. It don't make this easy. Would have been a lot easier to just have the bulb come out the back, but I'm gonna give this a shot. Go-Go juice here. Actually, Go-Go juice is actually gasoline, isn't it? Oh well. Nothing like rusted Phillips head. I wonder if they'll come off. Like my glasses. I borrowed them from my 80-year-old, 90-year-old. Actually, she would have been 120 this year, my grandmother. Both of them, born in the same year. Anyway, door handles. So we got a little flat black plastic washer that the gentleman that I bought these off of graciously gave me, as well as the nut that goes on here, because all that was missing. Well, let's try one of these on here. See if it fits. My goodness, look at that. It actually fits. These have a Phillips head. I don't know the size. Luckily I got one of these guys here. And we'll figure out which one of this. This it is. This it is. This it is. Alright. Got the right one. Kind of weird that the car was missing the back handles. Although the car was missing a lot of different things. I don't know if they just kind of used them for other cars or what. But there we go. And they both have these little plastic caps on top of them, which, I don't know, they fit perfectly. So I'm not really sure what they were used for, but okay, a little sticky. They go down, but will they go back up? Oh, you didn't even see that, did you? Here comes back up. Alright, so it's a little jammed up. It doesn't help that it has this tape here. It does go down. You probably can't see in here, but this is all deteriorated. It's going to need some gaskets, and who knows what the condition is down there. Probably some mouse shit in there. You can see some leaves. Can you see anything down there? I doubt it. Anyway, we got the hardtop look again. Let's go over and do the other side. You see here? So here's what I'm talking about, these red plastic jubies here. Doobies. I don't know what I just said, but if I offended anybody, I didn't mean it. Sort of doobies. Alright, so we got plastic washer. Let's see. These need to be in a certain location when they're rolled down. What I'll do is I'm going to try to roll this down first. Some of this may need to be lubricated. Probably haven't been down in a number of years. So this one's a little stuck, and I'm going to spray a little juice down there. Heard something break. That's not good. We have to do a little exploratory surgery here. Something interesting. I see that the door panel here kind of makes a noise. So I'm going to take the door panel apart. And let's see what we got going on in there. I don't want to mess with breaking this whole thing. So let's give that a shot and I'll be back. Okay, so I figured out what's wrong with the window. Did get it to come down. Look at that. And I don't know if you all know, but I guess I have a little bit of ADD. I kind of switch around from project to project. So I started with the window cranks. This led into an issue with the windows not coming down. While I had the panel off here and I took out the seats so that I could take the panel out, I decided to clean the seats a little more thoroughly and this panel here. So I'm kind of there, and also I kind of mounted the water temperature gauge here and put the new sender in for the water temperature. I need some 18 gauge wire, so I got my T&B kit here. This is, my dad gave me this, so I really like this kit. It's an electrical kit with different clip-on connectors and couplers and things like that. My dad worked for Thomas & Betts, and so did I actually for a while. They make electrical components. I think now they're all in Puerto Rico or Mexico, someplace like that. But anyway, here's the seat. I decided to clean this one a little bit better. It's the one that I had in the back. Did a much better job on the. This is the one you sit on, and the one that you put your back on, I did a lot better job on it. Also did this panel. It came out pretty good, I think. I mean, it's got some blemishes. This is the clip on the back. Look at that, it's written on the back, 713. Where is it? 713. Ontario. So this is a built in Canada car. So we'll throw those back in. What else do I got here in my brain going on? I put a new spring for the accelerator. make sure I take these tools out. I always forget sometimes to leave them in there. So let's go back to the window. Are you scatterbrained like me at all? Alright, so with the window, and I'm not really sure about this, but when you go to crank the window up, it will get to a certain point and then stop, sort of right there. And what I found is behind this bolt here, there's a little tab, and I'm not even going to try to have you see that. But basically, it's like in a shape like this on the back side, and this here is hitting it. Now I know how to fix it. I can just go up about this far, and I can't do it with two hands, but I can basically push this rod back and the window will continue on its track. The problem is when I go back down, it kind of binds in the same spot. So I don't know if this is just adjustable or something is bent. I don't know. There is a little bit of play here, but I'm going to work on that, and then I'll come back and tell you what I figured out. Alright, so I do have now full travel with the window. Okay, and what I wound up doing is just taking this off, and then this was the thing that was on the back, and it's keyed, so I think that it needs to go, sorry, it's keyed right there. Now, I'm not really sure what the function of this is. I guess it's to kind of keep things on the track properly. Anyway, I'm going to see if I can manipulate this in any form or fashion to make this more... I don't want to leave this part out. I imagine it's useful for something, but I'm going to try to mess around with that. But okay, so I think what I figured out is that for some reason this part of the door seems to be pushed in for some reason. So I'm going to do the right thing and just pull it out with my strength, or lack thereof. Alright, let's see if that's any better. Ah, look at that. Okay, so brawn over brain, 1-0. Well, I used my brain a little bit. Alright, so this is a win, I think, because I probably wouldn't have been able to lubricate this as well as I did. Alright, so let's clean up the glass, get the panel back on, and yeah, yippee, something works. Anyway, I'm starting to put the door panel back on again. I'm going to take this off. This is where this all started. You see what you get into when you start working on a classic car? One little thing. I'm just going to put door handles on. And it turns out to be this complete mess of stuff. But I guess there's a bright side too. Because it probably wouldn't have been, like I said, been able to oil that window crank system. Everything is so deteriorated on this car. Let's see if I can slide this in so but you know, this car is only like 4 years younger than me, so I guess it's really not in that bad a shape. Alright, so let's see here. There's little clips down here. There's one. And this other one's being a little cranky. There's the other one, sort of. A little bit of a bulge there. Alright. Door handle one. Let's see if maybe we can get these somewhat in the same position. Sort of how it is on the other side. Oh wait, the other side, the window is all the way up. Or is it down? No, it's up. Alright, now they're even. I wonder if they should actually go the other way. That way you don't catch yourself on them. Who cares? Put too much thought into it. Alright, let's go get the armrest. Airflow in here too. I can never take this thing out in the rain. It has no gasket material left, which goes right here. Be right back. That's a bolt. Now they're outside the car. There. Let's see here. Judging by the witness marks, if you will, on the door, you can figure out which holes, because there are two different holes. I guess they use these for different, maybe different model cars. I don't know. So, looks like this one and the inside one. That would be this one and this one. Put that in loosely. Hold on loosely. Don't let go. Probably should have started with the other one, because there's the ashtray receptacle here, a lot easier to see. I think I actually will remove this one and start with the back one. Alright, that one's in. Okay, let's not forget the ashtray. I used to smoke, and if you're young, 20s, teens, 30s, don't smoke. It's not good for you. But you know what? If I live to about 80, I'm going to start smoking again, because I really liked it. Maybe I'll have this car still. I can sit back here and smoke in this little ashtray. Just kidding. Don't smoke. It's not good for you. Alright, so what do you think? Alright, let's do this side. This one's a little easier. Sandwich, stuffed breadsticks, pepperoni and mozzarella. Fully cooked, just heat and serve. Gonna be eating that. Thanks, Nora. Alright. Got a 3 here. Not sure what that means. Alright, so let's see, where's that grab bag of parts? Are you getting dizzy at all? Alright, so here's the next one. And we'll go by his witness marks again. Looks like it's the inside here. Alright, that's one in. Where is that other hole? This is the front one here. That was easy. Got the Schmokulator here, Schmokulator 2000. Put that in there. There you go. It's also good for gum wrappers. Alright, so let's see what we got here. We got windage. Oh, this one's a little sticky. Well, at some point I'm going to have to spray this one down. For now, it's working. Alright, so let's leave this down. So, let's show you what's next on the agenda. What the hell's in here? Seat belts. Go back in eventually. Let's throw the back seat back in for the honky-dory of it. And move onward. We really want to finish that temperature gauge, so we're going to do that. So this is why this is important to have that, is back windows down. They call this style of car, you probably all know this, hard top, and basically what it's supposed to do is supposed to mimic a convertible with the top up. So basically there's no post here like you would see in a normal car. But the window's off and looks pretty nice. Window's off, I mean the window's down. That's a good look at it from this side. Alright, so I'm going to put the rear seat in and take a look at that afterwards. Okay, so there's the rear seat back in. Okay, so I got a lot of the work that I wanted to get done today done. The temperature gauge was a big thing. I just took the car for 2 separate rides, probably about a half hour each, so about an hour total time, and give a little look at the water temperature gauge and see how we're doing on that. So I'll be right back. Alright, so here is the water temperature gauge. I don't know if you can read that. But we're right at, I don't have my glasses here, what is that, about 190? So that's where it kind of stuck the whole way. So I'm really confident now in the whole cooling system of the car. So yeah, like 195, which is right in the green, which is good. So I still have some wiring to kind of clean up, but I just wanted to make sure the gauge was working properly. Did a little bit more cleaning in the car. Things are starting to look a little nicer. Clean the what do they call this thing? Top of the roof. Still has some staining here. I have to do a little better job on that, but sound like Andy Reid. Got to do a better job. Really happy with these seats. It's a shame I could fix that. That's not a big deal. But it's a shame that the back end got so ripped up because they're in pretty good shape. All right, let's turn this guy off. All right, so I was having some leaking issues, and I wasn't really sure. I thought it might be a freeze plug, but I come back sometimes and I see liquid in this area, and I did tighten one of these thermostat housing bolts, so hopefully that's all that was, loose thermostat housing. Otherwise, carburetor's still a little funky, idles weird, so I don't know if that's a combination of the timing and the carburetor setup, but I rebuilt this carburetor, and that's an exact science. So hopefully you know, it's drivable. I didn't get to the oil. I'll get to that next weekend. And I guess that's it for this time around. Also, I bought some I did buy some compound. I wanted to try to compound some of this to see if I can get some of this dirt out. Also, you got some residue from duct tape that should come off. Alright, so I think that's this week's video. Hope you enjoyed the video. I know it might be a little boring. I got my divvy plate on, and that is just a generic plate number that they gave me. And so it says divvy. I have no idea what that means, but it looks like a vanity plate, but I didn't pay for a vanity plate. Alright, so we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.